What if the reason you feel stuck or out of place is because you are? You are stuck in the wrong timeline. But don't worry, because this is Parallel Realities Week. I promised I was going to talk about it and explore all the possibilities within it. And the number one thing you should realize is that time realities, they're interchangeable. They're not fixed. So keep watching and I'm going to explain to you what parallel realities are and how you can jump into the timeline that you are meant for. Have you ever felt like you are living in a timeline that just feels wrong and that you were meant for more? Maybe you've been working a timeline where you've been in the grind and grinding away and feeling unsatisfied, or maybe you've been grinding away for years and just feel like you're not where you thought you would be at your age, maybe, right? I know I have felt that. I did, like I've said on my channel before, I did massage for many years. I've had many wonderful experiences, but it got to the point where, I just knew that I was meant to do something more. I'm a natural healer, but I always felt like I was meant to heal, or I started to feel like I was meant to heal in a different way. It worked for a time, and then, but I felt like I needed to transition into something else, some other type of way to heal people. And that's when I started doing this channel and started on this new trajectory, right? It's like I basically jumped timelines. The truth is, you're not stuck. It's just that you are misaligned. You're not quite aligned to what you are meant to be doing, or maybe you're meant to align to something else at this point in your life that's more suitable to who you are today. A lot of you are wondering, okay, what's all the hullabaloo about parallel realities, universes, timelines? And basically what it is every time that you have a desire, say, you're, as Abraham Hicks likes to call it, what does she call it? Shooting rockets of desire. That's what she calls it, right? And anytime you shoot a rocket of desire, you are creating a new timeline. So there are an infinite number of parallel realities or timelines reflecting each of these different desires that you have launched, these rockets that you have launched for desires. And in each of these timelines, you have been successful, you have probably been unsuccessful, but they're all different variations within these timelines, where you've healed old wounds, right? Timelines where you have succeeded, where maybe you haven't yet in this timeline. Timelines that have branched off into many other timelines based on those timelines. So it's just like infinite possibilities of lifetimes and timelines that you are living parallel to this one, meaning right now there's another you living that timeline. So how do you know that you're not in the right timeline for you? The signs that you're living in an incorrect or misaligned timeline are perhaps struggles. Like if you're constantly struggling, you're hitting blocks, like for many months I've been applying for jobs, but it just didn't work out. It just wasn't a right fit. These are ways to know that you are misaligned on your timeline. And then it's all a matter of aligning to what is the right timeline for you right now. What is the right reality, the right universe for you to be living right now that's aligned to the person you are today? These little blips on your path, they're not necessarily failures in a bad way. It's just these are signs telling you that, like I always equate it to bumper cars, or not bumper cars, but there was this ride at Marriott's Great America. It was the old-fashioned cars. And you know how there's that metal track in the middle that anytime you veer off a little too far to the left or to the right, it keeps you aligned. That's what these signs are. So when you hit these bumps, don't overreact. control your reaction and just realize these are the track down the middle, right? The metal track that is keeping you on the right path to jumping to your correct timeline, or, getting your desired reality. How you can use these signs from the universe is just to figure out what are the instances, what are the things going on in your life that are just not working. So for me, it was applying for these jobs. So then I just realized, okay, maybe I need to focus more on my creative endeavors, which I'm a creative personality and I'm into creative stuff. So that's what I shifted to. What kinds of things do I really enjoy doing? I've been watching a lot of Bashar lately, and he talks about doing what sparks your passion. When you wake up at the beginning of your day, always choose the path that you're feeling most passionate about at that moment. That's how you decide what to do for that day, right? What is the one thing you can do today that you feel most driven and passionate to do? And if you're unclear about that, you can always ask your spirit guides. Like, that's how I begin my day, is I ask my spirit guides, what am I driven to do today? What am I passionate to do today? What's going to give me the most fulfillment to do today? What do I feel like doing? And some days it's just to rest, and that's fine too. But you got to ask yourself, what are these things? What are the blocks in my path? Do they have something in common? Those are the things that make you aware of what the blocks are in your path. Then do the opposite, or just switch it up a little bit, shift it a little bit. And that's how you can determine how to get back on the path, right? So like if you're riding in that old-fashioned car and the bar is like, oh, you're going veering a little too much to the right, then go to the left. What is the left thing to do for you in that moment, for that day, at this time in your life? The other message that you could be getting from these blocks is that you're not living your true self, your authentic self. And the point is to figure out, who am I in my desired life? Who is my desired self? Once you figure that out, then you act from that desired self's sort of point of view. You make all your decisions from that desired self, because once you figured out who you want to be, or who your desired self is, then you can just react the way they would react. And that person is you. So how would you react from that desired self's point of view? Having the things that you want and living the life that you want. You start acting from that today. And manifestation doesn't come through until you act on things. You have to take action in order to receive your manifestation. So you have to start acting from that desired self's point of view, the person who already has it. The point is that you were never meant to be stuck. So anytime life is sort of giving you signs like wrong, don't take it personally. Just take it as a sign that you need to change something, change your actions, and then try that. In other words, shift into a new action that's going to get you back on track to your new timeline, to your desired reality. Comment down below, what reality are you shifting to, or do you want to shift to? And don't forget to like and subscribe, and then I'll see you in that new reality.